So yes, I'm live. But before that, actually, I am live. Yes. So this is Ray from Race United. I just need you to know that um, Pi is growing, and I've got a lot of things I need to talk to you about with regards to Pi. So anybody that joins in right now would have to contend with the fact that we've got lots of things to talk about. And yeah, we just have to get it on because we've got lots of things to talk about. And everybody would have to, you know, pitch in. I've got, I've got a few things I need to talk about, but hey, this is Ray from Race United, and this channel keeps growing. All of you would have to pitch in what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So let's do this. Yes, good morning, where you're at, Stacey, and obviously it's afternoon here in London. But yeah, good morning to you, Stacey. And how are we doing? I hope we're all doing okay. We're all doing okay. But yes, so I've got a few things I needed to get off my chest before we all went ahead with this thing. First of all, I need people to know that um, I don't want the channel to be a channel where obviously people just come in and they enjoy what I talk about, and then they go to continue with their various lives. Whilst I put in all the resources and stuff for you, you should know that it all comes at a small cost. For myself, of course, my time. I use a lot of resources, and obviously, I also invest in it. You understand? So nobody comes into YouTube or being in social media and say, "Oh, I'm doing it for fun." Of course, you are doing it for fun, but you are also doing it for other things. And once you get monetized, you realize that you need to start doing a lot of improvement in what you do. So what I don't know if you've realized, but when I do record and produce, they all look good because obviously I've put in a lot of work into editing and production and shooting and all of that. But yes, today we're going to talk about Pi and everything. But I want to tell you how I'm going to structure my channel now. So first of all, right now I'm doing a series called Cryptocurrency is Ripe. So cryptocurrency is ripe in various regions of the world. It could be a continent, it could be a region. So obviously, there's one that I'm going to release this Monday, and you're going to see what that one is. Actually, you're going to see that it's going to premiere on Monday sometime 6-7 p.m. GMT. So yeah, that series is very interesting, and I would love for you to watch it and obviously share it as well, because these are the kind of things that are being talked about around the world. So if you share it, then obviously the content goes further. But if you just watch it and dump it, nothing happens because obviously it's just me who is doing it. And obviously, if you, my viewers, don't share it, then there is nobody to know what's happening. There is that. And then, of course, during the week, I'll release something that you may not expect. So during the week, it could be Wednesday or Thursday. I normally don't do content on Friday. So that's kind of like my rest day on YouTube. And then Saturday and or Sunday, there'll always be live streams. So today, for instance, being a Saturday, there is a live stream. Now I have another series called Pi in the News. So this is the second episode, as you can see right here on the screen. Um, and then with that, on Sundays, you normally get some things that I'll release, certain contents that you might not have seen. So on Saturdays, you're going to see other things as well. Then, of course, the cycle continues. So there's going to be 3 to 4 contents being released during the week, live being the weekend, because most people will be home during the weekend, and then recorded and produce stuff and release stuff during the week. So that's how things are going to be. So right now there is a structure to my channel. Non-recorded stuff, uh, um, which is live streams during the weekend, and the other stuff during the week. So that's how we're going to enjoy this channel and ensure that things go smoothly. And mostly it's going to be about cryptocurrency, particularly Pi. And I'll sometimes put 1 or 2 things in there. It could be a vlog, it could be whatever. If it doesn't interest you, you don't need to watch it. If it does interest you, you could watch it. But hey, I would love it if you watch it and share it as well, just as a gift for me. So yes, let's continue now. I've done all my intros and all my other stuff. So now let's continue and enjoy the content that I'm going to produce. So today I'm going to talk about there's something that actually I just learned as well. I think most of you just learned it. If you're invested in Pi, you would have learned it a few weeks ago. It's called Pi Hackhaton. And then I'll be talking about Pi membership. And then I'll also be talking about the mainnet expected dates. But before all of that, there's something else I want to talk about. It's also about my channel. I needed to talk about this and then get it over with. Actually, you know what? I'll talk about it in the middle of it. Let's continue. So, Pi Hackhaton. Now, Pi Hackhathon is something that I know a lot of people really don't have any idea about. To be honest, a lot of people don't have any idea about it. They just tend to they tend to know certain things about Pi, but when it comes to the new release stuff, those of us that invested in it go and then we read about it. Obviously, it's all new to all of us. So if you've got anything you want to share about it, you could share it here. And obviously, if you don't have anything you want to share, then hey, no problem. But hey, it's good. If you want to also call, you can call. You don't need to show your face. You can just call without the video. So you call without video and I'll respond and we can have a chat or a conversation or whatever it is. And if you've got anything you want to add to what I say or a question you want to ask, if I've got any answers, I'll give to you. If I don't, then I'll refer it to somebody else to give an answer to it because we're all learning. We're not experts. Do you know what I mean? So yes, that's that. So the link is there. It's on the screen. I've pinned it so you can see it. So if you want to join in, you can join. And everyone is invited to call in, like I said. So anyone can call in and we can have a conversation. Yes? All right. So let's continue. Now, Pi Hackhathon. I'm going to go and read a little bit about it for you, and then I'll explain it as to what it means. So I'm going back here, and obviously, yes. So here, what they're saying is, Pi App Engine is a cloud computing platform as a service for developing and hosting Pi applications in Pi core team managed cloud service. Applications are sandboxed and run across multiple servers using open source technology like Docker and Kubernetes. Every verified developer can try the app engine in the development mode. So blah 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 blah. I don't want to get into any technical stuff, but yeah, it's a kind of a hackathon workshop. You understand what I'm saying? So if you look at what Dr. Kikalis is saying, okay. So Isaac, let me add in. Yes, Isaac, my guy. What's up? What's going on?
I'm doing great.
Yes, Isaac Osei, what's happening? So yeah, you're calling from where? Ghana?
Ghana, yeah. Ghana.
Good.
Osei TV. That's Osei TV.
Osei TV, yeah. So you're the man. All right. Very good meeting you now. Very good meeting you. So what's happening? What's happening in Ghana? How's Pi going? You know,
how Ghana is doing well. Just that, one or two issues
right
in the country. About our leaders.
Well, yeah, that's what well documented. Yeah. Well documented. But yeah, like I said, here I try not to do politics. I try to refrain from politics. So, I mean, every country has got problems with their leaders. So hey,
yes,
even here we've got a bit issues with our leaders. So I tend not to talk about leaders and what they do and everything they do in politics. But let's focus on Pi. What is your take on how Pi is doing with the people in Ghana at the moment?
Okay, Pi, I think I joined Pi around 2018.
Yeah,
that's when I joined Pi, and I have referred about almost 20 people.
Right.
That's my friends around me, and they have also referred so many people to their network. And due to that, I'm able to mine Pi. I'm I'm able to mine about almost 6,000 Pi and still counting.
Right.
And
Right.
looking at the news that we have now about Pi Hackathon, I don't really understand it, but I know it's like it's about developing apps on the Pi platform. Yeah, that is what I think.
Yeah. So what I understand it to be, I think you've hit on the nail of it, but I can add to it. What I understand it to be is like, we all have ideas that we want to share. It could be developing an app or developing a web browser, whatever it is that you want to develop. But anything that is related that could help Pi move forward in the long run, you could suggest to it. That's why initially, if you remember, when Hackathon was launched, we all could go there and then obviously type in whatever idea we do have, and then it will be there into the cloud for everybody to see. So whatever it is that if a lot of people join you and you feel like you've got the idea on, you can have your admin, your developer, and your people that will market it for you. Then you form a team. You understand what I'm saying? Or you can join other people's teams as well. You get what I mean? So there are a lot of things going on with Pi that certain people would have to begin to understand what's happening before they can actually get into Hackathon. So I would say if any of your team members or your pioneers, if any of them want to say join your team, let's say you have an idea that you want to share with them, you can share it in your chat group. Remember, you have your own chat group as well. So you can share it first. And then when you have your core team, you now release it into the general public in Pi's domain. So everybody would see it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what you're going to do. You get me? By trust me, this thing is really going on, and it's a lot of people tend to, especially people that I've invited a lot of people, and some of them still don't mind. They don't really like mining, so I have to remind them all the time. Some of them are friends of mine, so I can remind them using my WhatsApp or Telegram or Facebook, whatever, to remind them. So you do get people who are definitely interested, and then you get the ones that are doubtful, and then you get the ones that are just sitting on the fence. They just don't know where they stand. You need to put in the work, you understand? Because this is not a pyramid scheme. It's all about what you gain from them and what they gain from others and what others gain from others and so on and so forth. But we all form a big team where people will be able to ensure that Pi grows to a certain level. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm glad that you've come, and I'm really happy that you've joined in. Obviously, I know I've been seeing you comment a lot, so that's good. And what would you say as a pioneer? What would you say you've brought to the table that could help Pi elevate itself to the level, the little that you've brought to the table? What would you say you have?
Okay, actually, I haven't come up with any innovation in the community, but I know my contribution to the community is, the referrals that I'm able to, do so far. That's what I can say about, what I have done in the community. But I'm, hoping, due to my work, the nature of my work, I'm not able to, but I'm I'm trying as much as possible. I have something in mind that I will set up, something where I can accept Pi. That's what I'm planning.
That brings me to the point. Stacey, who is my moderator, she's a very, very competent lady. She's actually put in a super chat and she said, I love the idea of trading Pi for the other crypto at the $100 value. Now, this is a very, very interesting idea. You understand? Now, the only way we can do that, you've just brought another idea, is to, use Pi to trade for other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? In Ghana, because that's the only way you can do it. Initially, when I started, I never understood why people were forming these little bubbles in other countries. But I began to understand it when people in Philippines and Indonesia and all those places have formed their own little community where they do use Pi as a form of transaction at a certain value. You understand what I'm saying? And they do that
Yes.
and it works. That's the only way you can push Pi to a certain level. You understand what I'm saying? So they've done that and it's working. And what Stacey is saying is very similar. You understand? What Stacey is saying is very, very, very similar. And is very similar. You understand what I'm saying? So, like she said, she loves the idea of trading Pi for other crypto at the $100 value. I like the idea. I actually had something I wanted to talk about because I've obviously put a list here. So I have an idea and everything. But listen, Isaac, I really like the fact that you've come here, and I'll probably make you definitely one of my my moderators, if you don't mind. I'll make you one of my moderators, and that will,
I accept that.
Yeah, yeah. So what will happen is if I make you a moderator, what you need to do is that we will have a private chat because there is a private chat here. So we can have a private chat, and then that private chat we will be able to exchange our emails and stuff, and then we'll be able to chat. Yeah. So you can stay at the background, and we will still talk. We'll talk later. So don't go anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yes. So we can see Isaac, and thank you so much, Stacey, for your donation. Thank you so much. Yes. So actually, what Stacey has done has brought me to another idea before I continue. So what's going to happen now with my channel before I continue is that, like I said, I've had to do a lot of production, had to pay for so much stuff, and so I've had discussions with people in my team, and we've decided that it's best if people also try to help the channel grow properly. You understand? Because the channel is growing, obviously, and we need it to grow so we'll be able to um, put the word out there for others to see because we need the word to be out there. You understand? We need it to be out there. We know we're not a pyramid scheme, so we know that we need to work harder in order to get people to be on our stream. So yes, right now, today would just be a leeway, but from the next video onwards, most of the chats, if it gets very busy, now this is what I'm going to say. If it gets very busy, I'll only be able to read people that are members of my channel and people that have put in a super chat. You understand? So for today, you're all forgiven, and I will be able to comment on your stuff. But first, I'll have to let Stacey's super chat remain on the screen for a while before I comment on all of your stuff. So for now, I can only read them. And MET Music is saying, Pi is going to make us rich soon. That's my belief. I believe the only way to make Pi gain value is to exchange it for goods and services. That's my opinion. Obviously, that's the same thing or similar thing that Stacey said. And then Duchesne is saying Pi the evolution, Pi utility is going to change the market for cryptocurrency. Obviously, yes, that is definitely going to happen. And so, like Isaac was saying, obviously, if anyone wants to come in and join, can you show others how to become a member? Yes. So if you want to become a member, like what Stacey is saying, let me put Stacey's comment there. So Stacey is asking how you can become a member. Now, to become a member of the channel, it's very important that you go to, beside the subscribe, when you go to the subscribe button, there is a join button. So you go there, and then once you click on join, you're going to have 3 different options. So you're going to see there's an elite member, there is a mid-level member, and then there is a beginner member. You choose whichever one you want to join. The perks are there, and obviously you can read everything, and eventually, if you want to join, you will see the prices there. And I think that's much better compared to super chats, because super chats you'll have to pay some amount on the day of the live screen before I read. But if you look at the other one, the membership, once you join, that's it for the month, and it's very, very cheap, to be honest, relatively cheap. So if you join that, any comment you make will be taken seriously. As long as it makes sense, it will be taken seriously. You get what I mean? So Stacey's idea makes perfect sense. So yes, I hope I've explained it enough for you. So yes, you can see Stacey's also said, well, what she said, I'm really putting it up there because this is very important. We need people to be able to push the value of Pi, because I'm about to talk about, if you look at all of these, you see Pi in the news, episode 2. So last week I did episode 1, but I didn't do it live But I was thinking when I do it live, it's much, much better because we can be interactive. Do you know what I mean? And then, of course, countdown to mainnet, plus or minus 174 days. Now, I did it plus or minus 174 days because 174 days' time, the year comes to an end. So we don't know when it's going to be, whether it's towards the end of Q4 or at the beginning of Q1 2022. So that's why I've put the plus or minus 174 days. So just bear that in mind. It's very important that you know that. And Emity say, yeah, should we just put our mind, let me just read it properly. You know, I'm going to put on my glasses because my eyesight is not great without glasses. Yep. All right. So, So I've got my new member. Can you see? This is what will happen. So somebody like Stacey, Stacey has become a member of my channel. So you can see now, if Stacey posts any comment, I'm going to read it as a priority. But then again, super chats, if you put it there, I'll be grateful because super chats are always going to help. But if you can't do super chats and you want to just put a comment out there, and I am going to prioritize it over any other comment. So you can see Stacey straight away has become a YouTube member of my channel. And yes, she's going to enjoy a few perks here. And I'm going to add perks to it because it's very new. So I'll add a few things. But if you read it, you will know. Yes. And MET Music is saying, should we just put our mind that Pi Network will launch mainnet latest by December 2021? Yes, we should do that. I would say yes, because that is when everything is going to hot up. You understand? Everything is going to hot up around that time. So at that time, you know, listen, what Pi is doing is great. And I love that. To be honest, Pi is really putting a lot of work behind the scenes that we don't know of. You get what I mean? We don't know anything about what's happening with Pi. Trust me. And Pi, at the moment, I can say with my heart that they are doing a lot of work behind the scenes. You get what I'm trying to say? They're doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So I personally would say, look, put a lot of trust in them. And one thing I need you to know is I don't work for Pi. So whatever I say right now is just me that's saying it based on my experience with them since I joined them back in September 2019. So I've seen the evolution of it. I've seen how it's evolved from what it was then to what it was then when I joined, and they were just 450,000 members to what they are now, almost 20 million active pioneers. You get what I mean? So yeah, so you can see Stacey, she's got the S or whatever it is, sideways S, attached to her name. So I will always prioritize it. You get what I'm trying to say? So she said, do you have KYC? Of course I have KYC. I was KYC'd. When was that? I think the second batch of 100,000 that was produced, I was one of them. So the second batch of 100,000 that was actually given to us free of charge, I was one of them. So yes, I've been KYC'd. So one of the lucky few. And what is MET saying? MET is saying, yes, please tell us more about KYC. I'll talk about KYC, I think probably sometime next week. I don't want to go too much into KYC today. Today is about mainnet, hackathon, and a few things. So that's what I'm doing today. Mainnet, hackathon, and a few things. And then Medlin is saying that it is even better that they work behind the scenes. Let them do their work. We are just pushing the button, of course. Because what's happening is with Pi, for instance, they are ensuring that everything we do after the fact has to be right. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to start doing things, making corrections when it's already launched onto the exchange. They don't want to be doing that. That's why we've tested a lot of different things. You understand? I remember when we started phase one looked so bad. It looked like nothing was happening. People were actually complaining. Yeah, when is phase two going to happen? When is phase one didn't last too long, and then phase two happened. And then when phase two happened, we've been in phase two since. I think it was sometime beginning of 2020. It was around. I think we went into phase two just after Pi Day, the first Pi Day, which was last year. that's when we went into phase 2. And we've been in phase 2 since, which is about 16, 17 months. So, yes, we're going to remain in phase 2 till around the end of the year. So, we've got about 5 months to go. In my calculation, 174 days, plus or minus, give or take, and counting. So, yes, if anybody wants to call, yeah, you've been given the opportunity to do that. Don't feel shy. If you decide not to show your face, it's all good. I don't mind. You can just call and we will have a chat. All right? Because this channel is here for everyone, every pioneer who wants to join. If you want to join, it's open for you. And remember, keep your super chats coming. Become a member. Now, the membership is very important because once you become a member, you are part of the team, the YouTube team. You get what I mean? And it's very important that you know that. Please give me a second. Give me a second, please. Let me just type something quickly. All right. Yes, so let's continue. Sorry about that. I had to type in something. I have a private chat as well that I'm chatting with some other people. So, yes. So, as I was saying, so Stacey, yes, you asked about KYC. I say, yes, I do have KYC. MET also says, yeah, tell us more about KYC. I said I'll talk about it next week. Tomorrow, actually, I may talk about it tomorrow. I have another live one tomorrow. So I may talk about it tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow is definitely a very important one. And tomorrow's one is about Pi itself. So I've asked a question. If you check it, please subscribe to the channel and please like and share. Very important. It helps the algorithm. And tomorrow's one is going to be about Pi being is it an investment or is it a risk? I actually asked the question in the community section. So I asked the question: is Pi a risk or a an investment? Now we're not going to talk about that today, so don't worry about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And so today, if you say anything, I'm not going to really answer. So MET, I think I may tomorrow I may talk about it. So if you come here, I'm going to talk about it. And what else did I say I wanted to talk about? Pi membership. Yes. So I want to talk about Pi membership. Now, can everyone tell me how long they've been on Pi, please? It's very important so I can elaborate something to you. How long have you been on Pi? All of you, please. Yes. So how long has everyone been on Pi? Because I'm gonna tell you something. That's why I'm asking that. For your membership and everything. I can tell you I've been on Pi since September 2019. That's how long I've been on Pi. 1 year plus now, MET Music. All right. 1 year plus. So we're talking about at least before last July. Max since November 2019. Now, very important. That is a very significant one since November. So he's seen a lot of the evolution. So MET 1 year plus now, Max since November 2019. So I would say if you're an active member, like I am, like a lot of you people are, then what you're going to experience is that, and when I say active, I mean somebody that has invited people since then. Well, I slacked a bit since 2020. Duchenne, when in 2020? When in 2020? Because if you say since 2020, I still don't know. Obviously, it could be December 2020 or January 2020. But I would say, yeah, I've been there since September and 19th, to be specific, 19th September 2019. And when I joined, it was only about 450,000 plus people. And obviously by December, we'd hit 1 million. And since then, everything is history. So the reason why I asked that question is that those of you that weren't there before the first Pi Day, what you wouldn't have known is how little Pi was, how little was known about Pi. and I never had a YouTube channel then. So I never even thought of promoting Pi like I'm doing now. And I'm promoting Pi from my own will. The reason why I'm doing that is that I saw something when I invited a few people back in August last year. Because before August last year, I'd slacked a bit. I slacked from December. I slacked from December 2020 till just before Pi Day. So just before Pi Day, UK was about to go on our first lockdown. We went on our first lockdown. I was at home getting bored, and then suddenly I was like, okay, I need to take this thing seriously. So I started inviting people, and because people were at home in the UK, they had nothing to do. They couldn't have any excuses to say they were busy, so they joined. And once they joined, what happened? I thought, you know what? I need to start promoting this thing properly. But how would I do that? Facebook, well, I don't really like Facebook that much. So not that I'm not there. I am there, but I don't like it that much. So I thought, you know what? I have to promote it properly. So I went to YouTube. And then I obviously had a YouTube channel back in the second lockdown in the UK, which is November last year. And since then, even as I did that, I wasn't able to promote it because it was only football. Those of you that have been on my channel from the beginning, you would know that I had a football material here, but I've moved it to another channel called Race United football channel. So if you go there, you will see I talk about football a lot. But here it's now exclusively cryptocurrency and particularly Pi network. If you do that, you can see it. And so the reason why I asked you is that if you've seen the evolution from the time before the first Pi Day last year, you will realize that Pi is going places. I've seen a lot to be convinced that Pi is going places. And I can tell you here and now that I am 100% convinced that any of you that joined Pi, even after that time, as much as you'll have to invite more people in order to be able to, get even half of what some of us have, it puts you on your toes and you're able to work harder in order to get the amount of Pi coins or Pi token, as it were, that some of us do have. You understand? And I can tell you that the value of Pi, look, we'll talk about the value of Pi on another day. I mean, the value of Pi will be very variable. It will be extremely variable that you wouldn't be able to know exactly what it's going to be like. But whatever it is, it's going to have that peak and then it will trough. You understand? So just be very careful with that. We'll talk about the nitty gritty about it in another live show. And I'll actually tell you exactly what you need to do when Pi launches, because it will be a very tricky time for all of us. And then people will start rushing and stuff. So you have to be careful. Now, let me read this comment. People compare Bitcoin with Pi. Do you think Pi network mining was way easier than Bitcoin? Yes, 100%. Because Bitcoin, remember, Bitcoin is not easy to mine. You understand? The people that even want to mine still have to have a very high-powered plant. You get what I mean? But if you look at Pi, first of all, we don't use a lot of our batteries on our phones. Sometimes I go there and I activate my account easily. Sorry, I make my account active and nothing happens. It goes straight into the cloud. So you forget that you actually have it ongoing. With Bitcoin, it's not like that. When you're mining Bitcoin, remember, mining Bitcoin is different from buying it from an exchange. People try to think it's the same. It's not. Buying it from an exchange is different. You need a lot of money to buy, but to mine it, you need a lot of power. You understand? You need a lot of power to mine Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin is so expensive to mine. And that's why recently, what did Elon Musk say? That he was suspended. I don't know if he's brought them back, but he was suspending Bitcoin from using it as one of the forms of payment for his Tesla products. You understand? Because he realized it's counterproductive. How can you advocate for green energy and go for something that takes too much energy? It doesn't make sense. So he realized that. And what happened? The price of Bitcoin plummeted. You get what I'm saying? So this is where Pi has a lot of power. Pi has all the power right now. That's why the core team is taking its time. They're not rushing anything. They're taking their time because they know where we're going. There is a light under, I can't call it a tunnel because we're not in a tunnel. It's not dark. But if you want to call it a tunnel, there is light under the tunnel. You get what I mean? So they can see it and they know it. That's why they're taking their time. They don't want to rush. Because if you rush, you will miss certain steps. And they don't want to miss any step. That's why they keep sharing things with us. They keep giving us all these technical jargons like hackathon and brainstorm and all of that because they want us to learn them before we get to mainnet. You get what I'm trying to say? Because once you get to mainnet, it becomes completely decentralized. So you will not have the core team interacting with you like they are interacting with us now. Everything will be up to us. You get what I'm saying? So right now is the time for people to start listening to what we are saying. You know, I may have a little bit of some programming and engineering background, but I'm not an expert as Dr. Nicholas Nicalis is. You know, so he's the expert here. He's specialized in blockchain, so he knows what he's talking about. I can only do a little coding here and there, you know, Java and all those little stuff. But he's using a different type of programming language. You get what I mean? And I don't think it's way beyond me, you know. So blockchain is a very hard thing to do. So I respect these guys. You get what I'm saying? I respect them very much. So whatever it is they're doing, we should allow them to do it. We should allow them to do it because they know what they're doing. You know, we can only try our best to make sure that the people that are with us would actually understand what's happening. Do you get me? And MET also sent something. And do you think Picoin beating Bitcoin in the next 10 to 15 years to come? That is something I can't say because I would say Bitcoin is very progressive. You know, Bitcoin is just on another level. You get me? You can't compare something that's taking the lead and something that you sample to do your stuff. You understand? If you listen to Dr. Kokalis very well, he said that most of the platforms they've had to use to build this blockchain has always been from Bitcoin. You get what I mean? So I don't know how it works in their world, but I believe Bitcoin will be paid some royalties, obviously. Ethereum might pay Bitcoin some royalties. Cardano might pay Bitcoin some royalties, and all the others might pay Bitcoin. So you can't ever match Bitcoin. You get what I mean? What I can say is, in the next 15 years, 10 to 15 years, Pi will definitely be one of the big ones. You get what I mean? It'll be one, and it'll be difficult to get at that time. Right now, it seems so easy. We have about maybe 1 trillion or more pies in circulation. But remember, most of them are going to get burned. So a lot of them are going to get burned. So just don't worry about how much is in circulation. A lot of them will get burned. And obviously, eventually people will start selling and people will start buying. You know, the buying will be a bit probably less than the selling because some people need the money. And then once it peaks and it starts troughing, you know, the buying and selling will change hands. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's how it works in this market. You know, I've tried my best to use a little bit of my portfolio to buy a few cryptocurrencies here and there. So I've seen how it's working. You know, there's a lot of ups and downs lately, and it's good for us, you know, because when it troughs and it goes down, most of these cryptocurrencies, and Pi comes from nowhere, suddenly just slithers its way into the market, suddenly people will start looking. They'll be like, gosh, look at that. That is just something else. And they'll start wondering what's happening. By the time they realize, Pi is just overtaking them like Usain Bolt. You get what I mean? So it's gonna be something that people are gonna find so interesting in the near future. You know, for now, people are gonna say no, you can never match Bitcoin, and I'll accept that because it's not even floated on the market yet. But in the next 10 to 15 years, trust me, it will definitely be up there. If not the top one, it will be probably the top three. From what I'm seeing, you know, from what I'm seeing, because Pi will definitely float on the exchange, but Pi will always have our own wallet as well. You know, because if you go to, like, for instance, if I go to my phone and I go to Pi browser, everything is there. You understand? I click on sign in. I've got everything there. You get what I mean? So everything is there for us. You get me? Everything is there for us. We can't complain. All we have to do is work a bit harder. You know, the hard work is now. Because if you work harder now, it's going to be much easier in the next few months. You get what I mean? So we should just try and work a bit harder, and it's going to pay off for us. If anyone wants to come and make any call, I know that Isaac is still there. I can see him. He's still there. I'll probably have his final word. But if anyone wants to make a call, you don't want your face to be seen, I don't mind. We can still have a conversation. And if you want to share anything or ask any question, I will still be here to answer them. I'm here for the next 15 minutes. So if you can, just do your best to make a call. The link is right there. It's right there at the top because I think I pinned it. So it's there. So if you check it, you should be able to, or I can put it there. You can see it on the screen as well. So yeah, it's right there. So if you wanna call, just use that link and then call, and I'll pick up, and then we'll have a conversation. If you don't want your face to be seen, that's fine. I don't mind that. We can still have a conversation without your face. It's okay by me. And obviously if you've got any, because I want to change everything. I don't want it to be just us typing and typing. It's best to hear our voices as well, and hear people's opinions and suggestions and questions and queries and everything. You get what I mean? So it's on the screen for you. If you want to call, it's right there for you. And please don't forget, if you want to become a member, it's easy. Just beside the subscription, or beside subscribe, just join, and you can go to the least one or the highest membership. You can enjoy most of the perks. Very, very important. And I also try for us not to be too serious at times, because I know that sometimes we get too serious on this channel because everybody is all about money, 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 money. But hey, you need to relax as well. You understand? Everybody needs to relax. It's not just about money, man. Money is not everything. Remember that. Money is not everything. Money helps us to do a lot of things, but it's not everything. Let's try our best to be happy as well. So please, if anybody's got any questions, please. Otherwise, I'm going to get Isaac back in. And if he's got anything to say. Isaac, have you got anything to say? Yeah, I can see your face. Just nod your head or give me that. Have you got anything to say? All right, let me put you back in there then. Yes, Isaac, you're back.
Yeah, Mr. Ray, thank you once again.
Yeah, no worries, man. So, what have you got to add to it before we end the stream? If you've got anything to say.
Okay, I'll add this to it. There is this about 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was checking something on Coin Market.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I found Pi being listed there. Yes, Pi is listed, but we are not yet certain with the price of Pi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I could see that the price side is empty, but I hope, as the core team has assured us, that by the end of this year, Pi will be listed. So I will urge everyone, all Pi team community members who are mining Pi, that we should, continue to mine. We shouldn't get discouraged at all, because Pi is a very big currency.
Hang on. Let me bring Stacey in.
Okay.
Yeah, Stacey.
How's it going?
How's it going? Oh, cool, Stacey. How's the United States? How's Utah?
Utah is sunny and beautiful. Usually it's cold, so this is nice.
Right. So what have you got to add to everything that we've said today, Stacey?
Okay. You were talking about patience with Pi, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. It's actually being so patient with Pi, because I've been a pioneer for about 2 years as well.
Right.
And for me, it's actually helped me be patient with other cryptocurrencies.
Right.
Before, I'd see it go up and then I'd hurry and sell it. And then I'd miss out on higher sells.
Yep.
But since I've been a patient pioneer, I've learned how to have more of diamond hands.
Yeah.
And I feel like Pi is really teaching me more on what it can be and what other cryptocurrencies can be. Yeah. And, honestly, with Bitcoin, I'm cheering it on, because when Bitcoin goes up, all cryptocurrencies go up.
Absolutely.
When Bitcoin goes down, all cryptocurrencies go down. So it's not Pi against Bitcoin or Bitcoin against Pi. We should be supportive and be cheering them on and be patient and know that cryptocurrency is never going away.
Nope.
It is here to stay. And we're so lucky to get in it so early and have this opportunity to pass this down to our children and our children's children. So it's really exciting to see Pi in the baby steps.
Yep.
Just be patient, because it is the evolution. It is going to help us in the future and our kids in the future. You also need, excuse me, you also need to use it as a tool. You need to not just go, oh, it's on mainnet, I can sell it. Let me sell it all off and have a quick buck. Have it as a long-term investment. Know what you're going to sell, what you're going to trade, and what you're going to hold for the next 10 to 20 years, or even further down the road.
Exactly. I mean, what you said, I actually, I actually said I was going to make a video about how to handle all of these, and how to ensure that. Stacey, I'm going to mute you because I'm getting feedback. I'm going to mute you a bit. Yeah.
My apologies. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I said I was going to let me mute you too, Isaac. Yep. So I said I was going to have one of these live streams where we would be able to talk about how we're going to actually spend our Pi. When I say spend, I mean spend, keep, trade, so how we're going to do all of that. Because what I realized is that a lot of people keep asking, especially when you go to Pi's chat groups, you go to the general ones and the developer ones and stuff. You get people asking questions like, oh when is Pi going to be on this thingy? When is it going to, what value is it going to have? People are desperate for those things. But I would always say, take heed and be very patient, because the core team never rushed anything. They made sure everything is in order, and to ensure that none of us are rushed. You get what I mean? So they would test glitches. They would ensure, they want to see faults. When they gave us the test Pi, they wanted to see faults. And once they identified any fault, they would rectify it. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's very right that everybody remains patient, because if we're not patient, what's going to happen is we are going to fall by the roadside, and then eventually a lot of people are going to lose what they thought they had, and the value, of course, will not be as high as we want it to be, because we want a higher value eventually. Some cryptocurrencies were launched just like that. Most of the cryptocurrencies were just launched. But with Pi, we have actually built a foundation. Last week, I was saying that our foundation is so strong that we can actually build a skyscraper into the atmosphere and nothing will happen to the foundation. That is the analogy I was making, that if the foundation is strong, you can build as many floors of skyscrapers that you want, because your foundation is strong, so you're confident. But if you don't have a strong foundation, you're always having these wobbles. You understand what I'm saying? It's always wobbling. You go to Miami, look at what happened recently. Unfortunately, people died because the building collapsed. You get what I'm trying to say? The foundation may not have been as strong as they thought it was. So this is it. So I'm gonna unmute Isaac to see what he's got to say about that. Wait, hang on. Let me try and can't unmute guests because they chose. Oh, okay. You need to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
So Isaac, what do you have to say about this whole value and people not being patient and all of that? What have you got to say about it?
Okay, what I would say is, all we need is patience. As you said earlier, all we need is patience. We have to be patient. Even in the cryptocurrency market cap, if you want to get rich, you have to be patient. Yes, because if you are not patient, you can never, get rich. It's all about patience. Yeah, it's all about patience.
You're gonna face a lot of hiccups as well. The road is very rugged. It's not smooth.
Yes.
You're gonna have ups and downs all the time. But you need to be strong enough and be patient. As long as you're doing the right thing, your patience will pay off. Stacey, what have you got to add to it before we end the stream?
Look at the big picture. don't just look at when do I get my Lamborghini. You know, look at the big picture of not just 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 10 years from now. Look at what you can do for Pi and Pi can do for you. In my opinion, never, ever, ever trade or sell Pi for under $100 a Pi.
It's true.
When you value it, other people will value it as well.
Yep.
We need to understand what we have. We need to appreciate it, respect it, and educating our fellow pioneers.
Yes.
Right now is very critical. Educating them, and this is why I love your videos, because you educate them, and not just about Pi, but what cryptocurrency in the world is going to do for everyone. We just all need to listen, do our homework, do our research, and be open to the opportunities that we have in the future. It might not be this year that it'll be $100 of value, but we have the opportunity to stay strong and make sure that we treat it and respect it like our spouses and treat it like gold. So that's all I have to say right now.
Yes. So what Stacey said, I'll actually add a little bit to it. Now, if you look at the three of us speaking, we're speaking from three different continents. I'm in Europe, UK. Isaac is in Ghana, which is Africa, and Tracy is in Utah, United States. So three different continents, and yet we're together on this screen talking and sharing ideas. Now, what I'm trying to say here is you should know that Pi is worldwide. It's everywhere. It's in every corner of the world. You know, everyone on every country. I mean, anyone from any country could have it. It's not restricted to a specific continent or a specific country. It's everywhere. As long as you've got some sort of internet going, it doesn't need to be fast. As long as you've got some sort of internet, remember, you can mine Pi. You get what I'm trying to say? As long as you've got some internet going, you can mine Pi. And people think that they need the internet just 100% running with a very fast speed and all of that. You don't need that. You just need some internet. That's all I can say. You need the internet, and as long as you have that, you will be able to get onto the Pi bandwagon and obviously get things running. The more people you invite, remember, it's not up to me or you or anyone. Sorry, it's not up to me or Isaac or Stacey. It's up to you. You would have to invite people for yourself. I only gain from you. I don't gain from any other person. You know, so if say you're my member or you're my pioneer, I only gain from you. As long as you're there, I enjoy. If you're not, hey, then I don't enjoy. So that's what it is. You need to invite people. So let me see. MET just posted something. I want to read it, and then I can end this one. I'm enjoying this conversation. I just want to ask that after mainnet, if an influential person like Elon Musk decided to put his money in Picoin, will it have any effect on Picoin value? This is a very good question. I would say yes, 100%. That's what we need. You know, I've been making videos about. I made a video about Elon Musk 3 months ago, and that's my highest viewed video. That particular video, and everything I said there was things that I believe could happen in the near future. And I got a lot of people that really, really loved it. You always have a few people that will not like it, and that's their prerogative. But a lot of people loved it. So what you're asking, if he does that, Pi will go into the stratosphere, just like SpaceX, just like he wants SpaceX to build spacecraft that could go into Mars. Trust me, Pi will get to Mars. You understand what I'm saying? So because that guy, he actually influences the whole cryptocurrency market. You know, he said something about Bitcoin, and suddenly, boom, Bitcoin's price just went down. He said something about Bitcoin, and then boom, Bitcoin's price went up. So Dogecoin recently went down, and then it went up, and then it went down, and it went up, and it's gone down slightly. That's what's happening because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing because right now, yeah, I can answer MET's question, MET Music's question very, very well. I said something the other time. If you look at Pi is a green cryptocurrency, 100% green, right? Because when you activate your account, what happens is it goes straight into the cloud. So you mine while it goes straight into the cloud. You understand? Okay, I'm about to put Stacey's one on the screen. This is interesting. I like that. So she's saying, I don't want one billionaire to define our future with crypto. That is a good one. Because what were we talking about recently, or just a few minutes ago? We were talking about the fact that we need to drive the price. We need to push the price. You understand? If we say we're waiting for a billionaire to join us in order to push the price, of course, if he joins us, it's bonus. But we should have already pushed the price higher up there already. So whether he joins us or not, it doesn't have any big effect on Pi. You get what I'm trying to say? So we need to do that. We need to ensure that we hold value to the Pi tokens we have at the moment. You know, so every suggestions that everybody's made today are good ones. You get what I'm saying? That's what this channel is about. It's not about trying to just talk about, oh, when it's Pi this, when it's Pi, how much money am I going to have? No. That's not what we're doing here. We're trying to make sure that in the long run, each and every member that joins this channel understands that they are going to be successful with Pi as long as they work well and work properly. You understand? No scamming, no misleading, no devious stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So, Stacey, trust me, what you're saying is absolutely spot on. And I agree with you. We don't want one billionaire, but the fact remains the billionaire can slither his way into it because he's got the money. If the billionaire comes right now and says, look, I'm investing $1 billion or $2 billion into this, they're not going to say no. They're not going to say no, but what's going to happen is it will drive the price even further up. If we drive it up and he or she, who is a billionaire, comes and says, look, I want to, invest in your crypto, they're not going to say no. They look at that billionaire, they're like, well, he's got where he's got to because of the things he's done or she's done, so they will accept it. But then we would have had to have got it to a certain level before they do that. Because if we get them to drive our prices, we're going to have fluctuations the whole time. That's not what we want. We want steadiness. We want it to be steady. We want the trajectory to only be up. A few downs here and there, but only up. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, Isaac, I'm so glad you came, and Stacey, obviously, MET, Duchesne, everybody that came. I'm really happy, and I know we're gonna put the word out there and herald Pi to ensure that everybody that joins Pi would be able to enjoy the fruits of their labor. As long as they labor hard, they're gonna enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? So what I need you to do, Isaac, just put a comment there because I still have to learn how to make you a moderator. So just put a comment that I can make you a moderator right now before, just put a comment quickly. Let me make you a moderator, and then I'll end the stream.
Oh, yep. I'm sorry. I think I'm using StreamYard in a browser, so it doesn't give me the on the phone. Yeah, it doesn't give me the chance.
Yeah. You need to go to a YouTube itself.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You need to go to YouTube
then.
Itself.
Okay.
Okay. I think there's one comment that just came in. Let me see. Somebody just said, "Is it correct we have more active nodes than BTC?" Yes, we do. We have more active nodes than BTC. Come on. Our nodes are what? Over 10,000 or so. It's a lot. You understand what I'm saying? I'm one of them. Remember that. I'm one of the nodes. So we have a lot. We have a lot of them. So yeah, Joseph, we're not messing about. We have a lot of nodes. I'm so lost for the number, but I know we have a lot of nodes worldwide. So Pi is not messing about at all. We're really in business at the moment. We're really in business. Tomorrow there's going to be another live show. That will be around 3:15 GMT, 4:15 UK time, and I think 11:15 Eastern US time. So you can all join. Obviously, share it so that people can also join. It's very important because tomorrow we're going to talk about, is Pi an investment or is it a risk? Now, this is a very important one. So all of you should have something to talk about tomorrow because we're going to have an hour of a discussion about Pi, whether it's an investment, a proper investment, or a risk. Now, we have to discuss the pros and cons. We can't just discuss all the cons and the pros and not compare and contrast. You get what I mean? So we need to do all of that, and then after that, we will understand what we're doing. You know. So, yep. So Isaac, you're not a moderator, yeah? I just added you. You're a moderator. So make a comment right now. Let me see if you're a moderator, Isaac. Yep, you're a moderator. So that's good. You can see you've got that spanner thing. So it makes you a moderator. I'll tell you what your role is eventually. So yes, let's all enjoy this thing. And tomorrow I've got another live show, and we should enjoy everything that we do as pioneers. Yeah, I'm Ray. This is Race United, and it's peace. All right, where's the peace? Oh, that's the peace. Bye. Yeah.